Hey everybody, welcome to the B.A.T, the Busk after Thanksgiving. Daddy works down by the mall, sells commodes and shower stalls. At the bathrooms are a outlet store. Big Bill, he don't shop there anymore. Says he got pipes unclogged. Tammy might have married him, but he thought she was much too thin. And he thought he was much too fat. Tammy never could get over that. She swore enough was more to love. She keeps electric candles in her window, just like Christmas Eve all year round. She says, you make the silent nights go easy, and they won't burn you down. Tammy lived in Buffalo up until 2 years ago. Then she moved out to the Sunshine State. She writes home that everything is great. Since postcard scenes, tangerines. The answering machine she bought doesn't work the way she thought. Mostly it reminds her no one calls. Sometimes it's just her sister from St. Paul. She'll pour a drink, watch it blink, and she keeps electric candles in her window, just like Christmas Eve all year round. She says, make the silent nights go easy, and they won't burn you down. Sometimes she gets so mad at God, she waves a metal curtain rod. The storm clouds gathering above. Says, I got a better chance of being struck by lightning than of ever finding someone to love. She keeps electric candles in her window, just like Christmas Eve all year round. She says, make the silent nights go easy, they won't burn you down. Don't you let them burn you down. So everybody's showing up. It's nice to see you all, folks. Let's see. We got a Heidi who says hello to Santa Pop-Up, which is my my new hashtag. I donned a Santa Claus suit after dinner last night and snuck into the family gathering and which we kind of begin the Christmas season on Thanksgiving, with Santa's arrival and the Macy's Day Parade. And at all the Flynn gatherings, we use Thanksgiving dinner as a big sing-along after the pumpkin pie is passed around. So that's when we we trot out all the Christmas carols. And so this year, my buddy Rotten Dan had an absolutely primo Santa costume, which with a little padding I was able to squeeze into, and it took my my 4-year-old granddaughter about 15 seconds to say, "That's Pop-Pop," and then my 2-year-old grandson from then on began calling me Santa Pop-Pop. So he was just delighted to find out that his grandfather was Pop-Pop. So anyway, so Heidi's here. Donna Heath, good to see you, dear. Hi, Judy. Hello, Tony and Joanne, Gail, Andrea, and Stephen, and Vicky, and Marie. It's good to see everybody. Let's see, who else? Terry, and Carolyn, and Jan. Hello to you all. Thanks for stopping by. I got some of my regular songs and some that aren't. You know, some are kind of songs that I start singing this time of year. This is always one that finds its way into the post-Thanksgiving sing-along. So I hope you like this one. There's a storm across the valley, clouds are rolling in, the afternoon is heavy on your shoulder. There's a truck out on the 4-lane, a mile or more away. The winding of his wheels just makes it colder. He's an hour away from writing all your prayers up in the sky. 10 days on the road are barely gone, and there's a fire softly burning, supper's on the stove. There's a light in your eyes that makes me warm. I just realized I'm doing this in John Denver's key, and I don't sing as high as John Denver. It's good to be back home again, especially in the bridge. Sometimes this old farm feels like a long lost friend. Isn't it good to be back home again? There's all the news to tell him. How'd you spend your time? What's the latest thing the neighbors say? And your mother called last Friday. The sunshine made her cry. Felt the baby move just yesterday. It's good to be back home again. Sometimes this old farm feels just like a long lost friend. Oh, and it's good to be back home again. Alright, here we go. Going for the high stuff. All the time that I can't lay. Can't do it. Let's try that again. All the time. Nope. Check. All the time that I can lay this tired old body down. That's better. Feel your fingers, they're the soft upon me, and the kiss says that I live for the love that lights my way, the happiness that living with you brings me. It's the sweetest thing I know of, spending time with you. It's the little things that make a house a home, like a fire softly burning, supper on the stove. It's the light in your eyes that makes me warm. Hey, it's good to be back home again. Sometimes the so far feels like a long lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again. I said, hey, it's good to be back home again. Well, I get emails telling me to stop apologizing for the screw ups on these things. So I'm just not going to apologize for that as much as it deserves one. These streaming events have never suffered from a surfeit. Is that the way you pronounce it? Surfeit, surfeit? An abundance of rehearsal, but they always had a little more than I've been able to give them in the past few weeks, because we've been spending all our time hammering and banging in the addition. Me and Dan and Al, ever since the pipe burst in the ceiling and the walls and the ceiling came down, and we're replacing the walls and the ceiling and the wiring and the floor, and every week I find a new place in my body for blood to come out. This week it was in my hand because I was putting up insulation. A relatively simple task. But I had an old like a 35-year-old, staple gun, and my buddy Dan had a newfangled staple gun, which was much more ergonomic and much more efficient and powerful. But the staples came out a different end of the gun. Almost like handing you a 6-shooter where the bullets come out the back. So even though he showed me how to do it halfway through the job, I reached down and I picked up the staple gun in the old-fashioned way that I had done for so many decades, and managed to staple my leather work glove to my hand. And so I have that to blame if I blow too many cords tonight. Anyway, but I digress. So what we're gonna do? This one. American grandfather found his grandson crying after school, and discovered from the sobbing child At a playground, bully had been cruel. I wish that I could hurt him, said the child. When I get big, that's what I'll do. That will make me sad, said the grandfather. Then I'll know the dark wolf is taking you. There are two wolves. There are two wolves. And within each of these two wolves fight. One is hatred, rage and darkness. The other wolf is love and light. The old man put his arms around the child and said, the thing you want is called revenge. When you try to hurt the one who's hurt you, don't you know that you become like them? The old man said, I know what you are feeling. Being human, I have felt it too. The child looked into the ancient eyes then, said, grandfather, tell me what to do. You know that there are two wolves. There are two wolves. And within my heart these two wolves find. One is hatred, rage and darkness. The other wolf is love and light. Said, child, do not fear this battle. Though each wolf will make the other bleed, it is in your power to choose the victor. Don't you know the wolf that wins will be the one you feed? There are two wolves. There are two wolves, and within each of these two wolves find. One is hatred, rage and darkness. The other wolf is love and light. One is hatred, rage and darkness. The other wolf is love and light. Made himself write down the lines that struggled for release from somewhere deep inside of him that never had known peace. But somehow when he'd finished putting down each word and note, that songwriter found that something still caught in his throat. It's not a song till you sing it, not a boat till you row it. It's not a gift till you bring it. It's not love till you show it. So he strapped on his guitar and walked out in the lights, in front of friends and strangers, as he had so many nights, trusting that this truth he shared that cut him to the bone could help somebody else feel just a little less alone. It's not a song till you sing it, not a road till you hold it. It's not a gift until you bring it. It's not love till you show it. It's just words on a page, like birds trapped in a cage. Open up that cage door, set 'em free, let 'em soar. So take yourself a deep breath, son. When you let it out, let it carry love that will erase the fear and doubt. He made himself sing out the words that struggled for release from somewhere deep inside of him, and now he was at peace. For no one gets to tell you what you should or shouldn't feel, or gets to hurt you and then take away your chance to heal. It's not a song till you sing it, not a seed till you sow it. It's not a gift till you bring it. It's not love till you show it. It's not a song till you sing it. If it's real, then let 'em know it. It's not a gift till you bring it. It's not love till you show it. That song was debuted right here on the B.A.T, on the Busk at Dusk. And week by week, I worked it out, I think, in front of you, figuring out where all the parts fit together. So thank you for your indulgence. used to be invaluable when I was back playing bars, and I was doing mostly cover songs. I must have done Amy and American Pie and what other ones? I'm blocking them out. But anyway, I'd sneak in my own songs from time to time, and the audience was mostly, chatting, having their beers and socializing, and it was great because I got to work out songs in a live situation without too much scrutiny. So, I feel like this is kind of like that. This is a song that I wrote back in the bar singing days. It was one that I would trot out this time of year. Old song. Sung by Santa Papa. It's called Santa Claus and Mickey Malone. Mickey Malone is 55. Mostly he just keeps alive, but come Christmas time, he knows how to live. He puts a beard and red suit on, climbs up on a plywood throne, and Santa Claus comes to my hometown. He says, "What you want for Christmas? Have you been good this year? Ho, 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 and here we go, and who have we got here?" And little children laugh or cry till one more Christmas Eve goes by and Santa Claus goes home alone. Santa Claus and Mickey Malone. Mickey's got no family, but he always gets himself a tree at the Esso station, where they put one aside. Down at Danny Dooley's bar, Mickey's treated like a star when he stops by to hoist a few. And he says, "What you want for Christmas? Have you been good this year? Ho, 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 and here we go, and who have we got here?" Yuletide barroom buddies by till one more Christmas Eve rolls nigh, and Santa Claus goes home alone. Santa Claus and Mickey Malone. Toy stores close at 6 o'clock, December 24th. That's when Mickey takes a box from off the closet floor, while the other Santa's busy with his reindeer and his sleigh. Mickey folds the red suit carefully, putting it away. And though he claims to others that he's not a praying man, he bows his head and mutters words that God might understand. While the world's partaking of the evening's Christmas cheer, he's anticipating all the fun he'll have next year when he says, "What you want for Christmas? Have you been good this year? Ho, 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 and here we go, and who have we got here?" Little children laugh or cry till one more Christmas Eve goes by, and Santa Claus goes home alone. Santa Claus and Mickey Malone. So if you go to my Facebook page, you can see the video of me coming in costume last night. And one of the many things I find interesting is that when I adopt my Santa Claus voice, it's the same voice that Ross uses on Friends when he comes in as the Hanukkah armadillo. I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember that episode, but "Ho, Ben, I'm the holiday armadillo." And anyway, for some reason, that was the voice that was coming out of Santa Claus, which I'm sure freaked the children out. The idea is not to do permanent damage, though, as you crash into the microphone. Well, here's a song from the new album. I haven't done this one a bunch because I thought perhaps its time had come and gone. Hopefully that's still the case, but in honor of the Omicron variant that I just read about today, here in the space station, time goes so slow. Stare out the window at the world below. Check all your emails and watch some TV. Forget a while about the gravity as you're floating, floating. Seal up the hatch, tighten the latch as you're floating. Here on the station, smug as a bug. Sip coffee hot from your zero-G mug. Go through your checklist of astronaut chores. Put on your spacesuit when you go outdoors, where you're floating, floating, safely within your silver skin. Yeah, you're floating. Life on the space station sure takes its toll. 5 o'clock briefings from mission control tell you there ain't much on Earth they can do, 'cause they're all locked up in their space stations too, and they're floating, floating, breaking your heart 6 feet apart. They're all floating. Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Yeah. Here with the space station walls closing in, take deep breaths of recycled oxygen. Fire up your engines at least once a day, otherwise your orbit starts to decay. Here in the space station, try to stay cool till some rocket scientist builds a capsule that we can take to get us out of here before we burn up in the atmosphere, where we're floating, floating. Each day you find more old friends that climb. You keep floating. Anyway, hopefully that new strain that's coming will pass over, or the folks that have kept us safe so far will figure out some way to keep us safe as we go through this. This is another one that seemed to cry to be sung this week, and the reason is a good one, I think. Whoa, whoa, from some place inside of me, like something in a dream. The question keeps arising and it makes me want to scream. How can we turn our backs again upon these anguished cries? How can we keep denying what we see with our own eyes? How many bodies? How many lives left in tatters? How many more black lives will it take before Black Lives Matter? Maybe they're starting to. Whoa, whoa. Ignorance breeds fear, my friend. Fear can lead to hate. The worst than all of this is our indifference to the weight of this obscene and endlessly repeating deja vu. I'm outside in the street tonight and I am asking you, how many bodies, how many lives left in tatters? How many more black lives will it take before Black Lives Matter? Eyebrows and you close your pink eyelids. You say all lives matter, I cry, God, I wish they did. You say that calling this racism is offending you. Well, I got a hunch that being killed offends black people too. The fact the label seems to bother you more than the crime might be worth pondering, but answer me in this meantime. How many bodies, how many lives left in tatters? How many more black lives will it take before Black Lives Matter? How many daughters, mothers and sons and fathers? How many more black lives will it take before Black Lives Matter? So yeah, I think that verdict this week was evidence that we're starting to wake up. And I'll take any cause for hope I can get, folks. That's why I wanted to do this song tonight, because this song, by its very existence, is a reason to hope. The man that wrote this song, Captain John Newton, was a slave trader. And he had a conversion after almost losing his life at sea. And apparently, after reading the book by Thomas A. Kempis, a book that my mom had given me when I was a young man, called The Imitation of Christ, and he changed. He was able to return to himself, or become the man he was always meant to be. Anyway, he gave us this song, which I think is one of the most beautiful ever written. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fear relieved. How precious did that grace appear the hour I first believed. Through many dangers, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Twas grace that brought me safe this far, and grace that leads me home. Lord has promised good to me. His word my hope secures. He will my shield and comfort be, as long as life endures. Yes, when this flesh and this heart shall fail, and mortal life shall cease, I shall possess within the veil a life of joy and peace. The earth shall soon dissolve like snow, the sun forbear to shine, but God who called me here below will be forever mine. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. That song is in each of us, in its own way, in its own tradition. And the thing that we got to do, especially when we come up against somebody that we really are having trouble with, we have to see that song in them. We have to see them as being capable of singing that song, of that, that rebirth and that humility and that joy. And we have to deal with that person and help them find their way to that person, which is who they are to begin with, if that makes any sense. All right. Let's do a few more here. In the Christmas concert, the choir sang selections, paperback hymnals, stamped Department of Corrections. Unlike those who once kept it real onto certain bored shepherds, the heralds of great joy this night all had criminal records. They sang about a God child born in poverty, shine the light in darkness, and to set the captives free. They sang, freedom, brothers, freedom, joy, brothers, joy. Most were small-time hustlers and gangster wannabes. They were hostages to hopelessness, despair's own refugees. Most had sung these songs before when they were very young, before the wounds that drove them to the crack pipe or the gun. They sang about a God child born in poverty, shine a light in darkness and to set the captives free. Choirs robes were purple, worn over prison white, down in the prison chapel where they busted Silent Night. Lord, come all ye faithful and rock the first Noel, bobbing heads for Jesus, kicking out the gates of hell. Cold fluorescent light meets stale recycled air, ink and flex bravado mask the recycled despair. And spirit dies in bondage just a little more each day. These men stood tall and proud as if their chains had slipped away. Say about a God child who was born in poverty, shine a light in darkness and to set the captives free. The choir's robes were purple, worn over prison whites, down in the prison chapel where they busted Silent Night. And they roared, come all ye faithful, and they rocked the first Noel, bobbing heads for Jesus, kicking out the gates of hell. Offenders packed the pews while COs stood against the walls. No jingle bells, no Christmas tree, no deck the freaking halls. Just fierce men with a messenger, they were taken to the house. With a song for peace, the congregation filed out. They sang about a God child who was born in poverty, shine a light in darkness and to set the captives free. They sang, beat up, brothers, beat up, joy, brothers, joy. In the Christmas concert, the choir sang selection, paperback hymnal, stamped Department of Corrections. Peace, brothers, peace. Christine is asking for a mother and child reunion. I don't know that one. I'm not averse to doing other Paul Simon songs. That was never one that grabbed me as much as so many that he wrote. But I'll come up with one for you in the next week or so. Let's see here. Let's see. Can't seem to get that to work. I've got 14 cables, none of them work. So this is the Busk at Dusk. This is actually the Busk after Thanksgiving. This is viewer-supported computer music, which means that I, the performer, rely on you, the audience. So if you're so inspired to contribute and you're enjoying these shows, you may, as your heart desires, donate to the electronic tip jar. And for those of you that have been loyal contributors over the past year, more than a year actually, I appreciate it. I truly do. The honest truth is I need to do this whether I'm getting paid or not, because I just need to keep singing. It's just part of it's in my DNA. I need to keep sharing my songs. I need a place to try them out when I'm writing them, and I appreciate you showing up every week and listening, and so there's that. But the fact that some folks are kicking in with donations makes me feel like that this is commerce, that I'm actually contributing to the finances of the family. Anyway, enough. So that's paypal.me/singwriter, and I'm going to let it go by on the screen one more time. You can take a picture of it with your camera if you're having trouble writing it down because it's moving too fast. Or you can just go to my website, johnflint.net, and there's certain to be some information there. My kids were telling me about something called Patreon, which is more of a subscription service. So I guess you must get some kind of a password to sign in for the shows. And I don't know if we'll end up going that direction. But for the meantime, I'd like to just try to keep this open to anybody that wants to be here. My heart to sing this one tonight. Although it was in despair and longed for peace, and so your spirit laid your anger down to stay free from your prison. You forgave me, trapped within a heart that hated. I too was incarcerated by scars someone else inflicted. Never could I have predicted mercy saved my life, 'cause mercy found me when I was thirsty. Condemnation, mercy was my salvation, mercy. I could not ask for mercy. Redemption cried, you're worthy to be blessed by His mercy and sweet forgiveness. I could not see. To my very humanity you reached, but I doubted when you told them you forgave me. Then you met me and I realized that I saw within your eyes. Mercy saved my life because mercy found me when I was thirsty. Bitter vengeance, mercy viewed my sentence. Mercy cried and could not ask for mercy. Redemption cried your word. He lives with his mercy and sweet forgiveness. Sweet forgiveness. Mercy can heal your soul. Mercy can make you whole. Mercy can ease the pain, and mercy can break the chain. Mercy gives, but it takes mercy for our mistakes. Forgive us our trespasses. Raise us up from these ashes, lashing out with hell's own fury. I've been your judge and your jury. You raged every time you pleaded innocent. You proceeded to prove, though you felt forsaken, in those years that I had taken, from this wrong could come some justice. And now you taught me to trust this mercy. Saved my life because mercy found me when I was thirsty. Retribution, mercy, my solution, mercy. Not ask for mercy. Redemption cried your word. Let's find his mercy and sweet forgiveness. Sweet forgiveness. Not too long ago, I became aware of the fact that the word forgive has to do with a gift that is given in advance, to pre-give, to forgive. And so that mercy is in place before the offense. And that's the work we have to do to prepare ourselves to get to that place. Because it's really a gift that we give ourselves, that forgiveness. I am what I ain't ever gonna be anything but. If I didn't do what I did, I do, I don't know what. I can't regret things I can't rearrange. I'm too young to quit and I'm too old to change. But I do for love, so call me a saint or a slut or a Santa pop-up. I am what I ain't never gonna be anything but. I am what I ain't, never gonna be anything but. I'm done trying to stick out my chest or suck in my gut. I've seen parts of heaven and pieces of hell. I got my guitars and my stories to tell. So I guess when it gets right down to the meat of the nut, I am what I ain't, never gonna be anything but. But I got my children, I got my friends, got my songs, and a beautiful woman that I love so. So no pot of gold waits at this rainbow's end. I'll still be the richest man I know. I am what I ain't, never gonna be anything but. Too proud to crawl and a little too humble to strut. And I ain't just saying these things to keep you from searching for crimes at the scene of the clue, or try to convince you a hard case is open and shut. I am what I ain't, never gonna be anything but. But I got my children, and I got my friends, got my songs and a beautiful woman that I love so. So no pot of gold waits at this rainbow's end. I'll still be the richest man I know. I am what I ain't, never gonna be anything but. I wouldn't trade a stone groove for a solid gold rut. I started out as just one of the boys, they broke up the band, but I kept making noise despite their advice about getting a job and haircut. I am what I ain't, never gonna be anything but. Don't give a damn if I live in a mansion or a hut. I am what I ain't, never gonna be anything but. God bless y'all. I'll see you next week. Good night.